cachorrinho que é?
O chamado do cachorro.
Esse joguinho é de quê, show? Ah.
Ele se considera um homem metrosexual, gente. Pera.
Potulo?
Ele passa botox na testa. É o cara da chapinha progressiva. Cachulo.
Olha lá, o cara da rocinha. Agora sim, hein? Já achou um campeão, já.
É esse o bicho que...
Parece um polvo gigante do mal.
Não, é esse que vai assombrar.
Amor, o cara da rocinha manda passinho. Ele mandou um passinho ao vivo ali, ó. Pauzinho.
Ah, bacana.
Aqui ainda tá carregando.
Sou Ariana, tenho 33 anos. É bonito, é bonito. Dá pra dormir à noite. Amor. Você tá brisando no Tumblr, né?
Tava.
Que porra é essa?
Isabela.
Vai ficar muito difícil, será?
Nossa, que povo rico. Uma italiana. Vem cá, Juju. Fica aqui, ó.
Eu fico.
Vem cá, bebezão. Vem cá. Fala oi, Potaju. Fala oi. Vendedor de queijo. Vixe, esse vendedor de queijo
What a putrid offering. Don't fight. You have been chosen.
Nossa, menina chata. Ana, cadê o nome do bichista?
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny. I hate whiskey.
Jujuzinha, amanhã você vai tomar banho. É. Tá calor, meu filho. Aproveitar. Lagoa Santa, me namora? Caralho, mano. Ela tem uma porca de estimação.
Eu lembro dela. Amém.
Misericórdia.
É legalzinho.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Eu queria ter.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Eu tô de boa.
I wonder why I
Mas eu
still
não
take
duvido
these
não que me
things.
deu um maluco que eu corte meu cabelo.
Corta um pouquinho aí,
Deixar ele falando.
Sim.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce,
Só
private investigator
fazer cortar,
contracted by
fazer
the
o quê,
Wentworth
né?
Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr.
É.
Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Nossa,
Is that
gente, tem
right?
banheiro pra se
I'm so
trocar,
very
por favor,
sorry, but I
coisa.
have to collect your personal information yet again.
Eu acho que eu ia ficar entupida lá dentro. Sim.
Eu acho que
Imagina.
eu ia passar mal numa casa dessa. Geral solteiro, ninguém casado. Contato. Vai lá,
Thank you for this
contato.
information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date.
Vai lá, ganha um chameco, vai.
On a related
Vai,
matter,
Juju.
may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
É uma. Ah, tá.
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of
Achei
our
que era mais a
contractors.
Natal.
And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there There's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Nossa, 40 graus, a mina tá de meia no pé. Misericórdia.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Ai, a gay.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl,
Não,
she
ela
is
trocou.
dead. Even you must know of her. She was
É uma Irene.
Sarah Hawkins.
The
A
painter?
não ser que eles sejam loucos.
Yes. Everyone
Aí, ó,
knows her
já...
work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof,
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
what am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got?
O quê?
The painting?
Red?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Isso é chuva? Imo, tira as roupas do varal.
Meu, o que eu fiz na minha vida, velho? Joguei com o...
Ai, que bom.
Ah, joguei mal. Vou pegar direito pra olhar. Já jogou bem pra caramba.
Não foi fechinha muito com esse pedaço de nada.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Ó,
Vai guardar aí agora, só guardar aí agora.
mexe, minha querida. Nice.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
Ai,
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
A Anne caiu.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
O problema não é esse, né? O problema é a
You
Anne
must tell
caiu.
me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Olha só. Meu, Discord apareceu na minha tela.
uma XP.
Her husband was a big deal on the island,
Carai, tio, você casou pra caralho.
but the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Não, é ranked? Ué? Porque eu tava aí no ranked. Você pediu pra chamar aqui.
Não, eu chamei, mas. Eu não posso.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse.
That's right.
And you think
That is what. Go to Dark.
Vou morrer pra
I'm a private investigator, not an art critic.
I guess you're not as clever as you. The painting.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Twitch também não ir pra cima.
Ai, Fana não me deixa quieto, caralho. Fana me deixa quieta.
Meu Deus, um rato aqui.
O leonino, bicho.
Se ele continuar aqui, aí eu roubo o red dele.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You will be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Avisei.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston,
Ok.
but I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Ó, Ribeirão Preto, não é? Legal.
Vocês vão fazer dragão, não tem como. O bot tá recuado. Não tem liga.
Deu tempo de
All I have to do is go to the port.
Deu tempo de eu construir ele.
I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Perdeu um tempo.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
É, galera, não vou fazer.
Aí o cara me pede ajuda e avança além.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I used to be an avid reader. lost battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Nice. Linda.
Meu Deus, vem a Kali, olha a Kali. Olha isso, velho. Não faz nada contra o chão. Genial, triste.
Nossa, aí ela errou.
Meu Deus, velho. Meu Deus, velho. Esse cara morreu. Meu Deus. É muito. É muito. Quando vejo só, vejando o mar.
Eu não tô entendendo nada desse jogo.
Só ajudar o bot. Vai precisar pegar.
Ah, tem um rato aqui.
Consegue segurar aí um pouco? Já tô chegando. O rato tá aí?
Vixe.
Giovanni? Giovanni?
Acho que tá.
Caralho.
Meia louca. Não era inteira.
Tá
Era
chegando, tá chegando.
Tá aqui, tá aqui.
Gente, vai ter um.
Tá aqui, tá aqui.
Eu tô. Peraí.
O pessoal vai fazer um super paredão com 14 participantes de
É, amor.
17.
Eita porra. Já?
É, vai ter um super, hiper, mega
Aí
paredão.
ela foi burra. Meia aí.
Não, são 14 que vão ficar no paredão. Agora,
Mas,
como
pô,
que
caralho, que dano é esse, mano?
Agora como que vai ser o critério pro pessoal eliminar, né? Sendo que ninguém se
Então.
conhece.
Caralho, eu tomei 500 de dano do Kevinho, velho. Ah,
acho que quem tiver uma maior porcentagem entre os três, né? Acho que uns três, assim, acho que vaza, né?
We're almost there.
Mano, a Kali vai acabar com o jogo. Ela tá 7-2, mano. Ela nem tá fazendo nada, ela é uma torta.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster? The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
Ah, só na terça-feira que vem, então. Vai ficar as gays, as pop.
Não morreu? Já ela matou?
Nossa.
Você vai tacar fogo na ilha.
I said you were a bilge rat. And even a pox limpet.
There's nothing for you here either.
Don't know what you're doing.
Beat it.
Hidden in the fog.
I'll shut up your big mouth once and for all.
Optimistic.
Depois você sobe
There's nothing for you here either. Beat
Are
it.
you stupid or what? Even your captain told you not to stick your noses round here again.
This isn't your home, you bunch of sand crabs. We go where we want.
Hey, you'll get us into trouble. You're already in trouble.
Come on, can we sort this out? You can see he's having trouble.
Prohibition is just a joke around here.
Isqueiro?
That suits me fine.
Mas não é tipo lanterna? Por isso que você tá
Deve
com
ser
ele?
muito estranho.
Ai, meu Deus do céu. Tá passando fome. Não dá nada.
Não vou nem encostar nessa puta.
Cracuda. Da puta. Da puta. Aqui ainda não apareceu a cara dele, peraí.
Eu vou descer.
Vamos vai regalar. Ai, não
Ele não dá mais. Dá tempo de.
Tô indo.
Só deixar o aqui. Ô, permisa, pega o terreno aqui, né? Mata ele. Acabou. Vai sair da frente, morreu. Deixa eu te mostrar o ataque. Ah, nem fudendo. Pode dar. Fechou.
Meu, se volta antes no flash. Mas eu tô sem smite.
Imagina. Quanta esperança.
Mas não dá pra fazer.
Tá sem mais ainda, mano?
Falta 20 segundos.
Sim, é verdade aí.
Hey, be careful.
É, já não precisa de smite mais não. Meu, não precisa mais. Ajuda limite, ajuda limite. Aí. Ai. Agora eu fiz agora.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
Vai lá e pra cá, aparecendo um pouco.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Da galinha, vem da galinha, ô cabeça de batata.
I don't have time for all this bravado.
Don't be so high and mighty, sir. We don't like mainland snobs.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then.
Tirei seu start.
I reserve the right to answer or not.
Caramba, deixa meu machado descer, mano.
Me desculpa, eu até saí, mas
Deixa meu machado descer.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
You know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Dá bom fazer trindade, Giovanni?
The stranded whale.
Mas eu já fiz com o
I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater. When our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall town, drinking of strong beer. I had the wing of the girly boys. I was pleasant and fly.
You don't dare say a thing because you respect their memory. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a lot on your mind.
You're not a PI for nothing. Okay. I don't know what it's worth, though. But Mrs. Hawkins, she went to see her doctor very often.
She was sick?
Ah, I shouldn't have mentioned it to you. Forget it.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Pega esse redzinho aqui. Pode acabar isso. Vou lançar aqui o bot já.
Passa aí, passa aí. Ninguém ganha assim. Tem 4, 5, 6, 4 aqui. Mas é uma coisa.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pit.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, come on.
Drinking it here. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Vem logo, menino, caralho.
Leva o monitor, Oi, pra te dar.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker and a debtor. Interesting.
Upside. Tipo, não tem sentido a gente ficar aqui.
Fala isso pra ele.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
Vai, não vai?
She will do it again, you know. The girl doctor, cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Nice.
Ok. O que ela tá pedindo?
O maior problema das minhas rankeds de jungle. Aí eu resolvi ir jungle. E tá dando bom.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got. That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
If I had the wings of the girl, truly boys, I would spread them and fly home. I'd leave all Queensland's icy grounds for not a right. Well, there is no.
We'll do it again, you know.
And the weather is rough.
Falando em coisa, eu tenho que colocar crédito no meu celular.
What you looking at, stranger?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
Com os memes do BBB.
I told you to beat it.
Não, amor.
Ah. No, more. More. More.
Ela falou que ia volta.
Ah, tá. Como é que vocês escutam falando já volta? Tô quietinha pra ouvir tudo e não ouvir?
É, eu fico aqui também no ouço.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Ai, meu Deus do céu, desculpa.
Vou pensar no seu caso.
Ai, tá bom então. Tá bom. Mãe, aqui.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Moreno, carajo. Está morrendo. Ai.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
Que coisa boa.
Voltou.
Voltei, mano.
Eu ia te falar um negócio, eu esqueci. Ah, tá, lembrei. O... Tá fazendo esquecer, chupa. O Marcos postou o vídeo, né? Que você mandou pra ele, né?
Ele acabou de me falar.
Aí eu dei hahaha. Eu falei, ah, não.
Broken.
Mentiroso.
This place seems half
É
abandoned.
porque ele quer aquela vaga, né?
I wonder what Captain
Mas
Fitzroy
ele-
has got to say
sobre
about this
jogos,
woman cat.
Mas
Ah,
ele-
tá,
ele vai ser-
entendi.
Entendeu? Mas eu vou cobrar um sorvete dele. Ninguém me usa assim de graça, não.
Vai pagar um sorvetinho.
É porque eu fiz a sincronia e gravei e mandei pra ele, né? Aí ele postou pra impressionar o cara, né? Pra conseguir o trampo. Espero que ele consiga, mano. Então, ele trabalha lá. Só que a mina vai embora da cidade, então pega e chama.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Qual o problema do cara beber Coca Zero?
É vegana?
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins.
Mano.
That's all I'll get from them.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder?
Ano passado, mano.
Nossa, ano passado eu fiquei podre.
I found a threatening letter signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Arroz e feijão.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Oh, Giovanni.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Indeed, you're right.
Todo mundo tem ligação com a Lucy. Vai,
Apareceu no final do episódio, depois dos créditos, no caso.
Caramba, eu nunca vejo. Saiu antes.
Então, você tem que
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think who said to look into the miraculous catch? Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the Stranded Whale.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah?
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Primeira coisa que eu vou fechar é gabinete.
Ai, meu Deus do céu, tô muito fudido. Cagado.
You could tell me. No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
O cara tá avançando.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Why, we don't have a clear conscience.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Gentlemen, you have a problem.
What? Who do you take yourself for, stranger?
Your boss is very unhappy with your work.
Oh, yeah? You're bluffing.
She said those knuckleheads are incapable of staying at their post.
Darn it.
You think he's telling the truth?
We'll find out. Prove that you really know Cat.
It's risky to question my word. I wouldn't like you to get cut with a certain Italian knife.
Okay. You've convinced us.
And it's she who sent you? What do you want from us?
I have to take a look inside the Hawkins warehouse. Leave me alone, and I'll put in a good word for you with Cat.
Okay, it's a deal.
Cuidado com o mid, tá?
Ele tá trancando o Minion, velho. Assim, não tem sentido ele trancar o Minion. Ele tá aqui. Quando não, o jungle inimigo é o mid. É muito foda.
Queria ir pra cima dele, mas eu acho meio...
Let's see. Shoot. I'll have to find another way to get in. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Well, a little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf? Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not. Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Oh, I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
Oh, o Kha'Zix atrás.
Oh, meu Deus do céu, velho. Tá chocando a Ward. Não, não, não vai, não vai. Vai atrás. Ai, meu Deus.
O perigoso tá aqui ainda.
Tem uns 2, 3 blocos aqui, velho.
There's something coming. Something real bad.
Agora tem o último, vai.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
It's a little late.
Nossa, ele pulou pra
I've already
cima.
met Kat.
Well, at least you're still here to talk about it. She must like you.
Something like that.
With that, please do excuse me, because I'd prefer not to be seen talking with you for too
Não,
long.
eu dei hit básico.
Peguei aqui, ó.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Eu não comprei ping, sou muito burro. Vai, então, vai comprar.
Nice, time.
Bate lá em ganhão.
Se ela continuar lá, ela vai morrer.
Nossa, o clima tá forte. Isso.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating, but it's been completely taken to bits. There must be some spare parts amid all this clutter. This handle will be perfect for the winch. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Nice.
Acho que eles estão orando pro Mário.
Tentar chegar, mas
Cara,
não vai dar tempo de eu chegar.
não, não, velho, não precisa não. Ele tá com fodido, sim. Se ele subir, vai ficar com uma cara. Tá descendo aí, o Jax? O Jax tá descendo. Vai. Jax, vai.
Também dois.
Tá sem vontade.
Olha, amor. Castração de graça pra cães e gatos. Pau. Tem na moca.
Ah, Ai, meu Deus, não vai dar tempo de...
Deixa eu ver aqui.
Mano, o povo lá foi marcar a porta de mim, então. E aí desceu o bote.
Nice arauto. Você tem ult.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Oh.
Eu vi o cara ali.
Oi?
Ele foge de mim, ele aperta R e eu dá ult e E, eu pulo pra cá.
Ele vai tentar pegar meu red.
Ele não já pegou.
São. Tipo assim. Não.
Ah, tá aqui.
Aí? Cadê esse nosso celular? Não.
Ele fechou. Não.
Olha onde eu bati ali, então. Eu gosto.
Meu amigo.
Já avisando.
Quantas? 11,55.
Escanor. Aí sim.
Tem muito o que fazer.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
Ainda mais você que tem dificuldade de enxergar as coisas.
Isso.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
Precisa de ajuda aí, Giovanni?
Ah, vai pegar não. Ei, daí não dá não, mas... Posso trocar com ele. Mas agora tem que conversar. Nossa, você pode não.
Será que eu solo?
Você sola? Já vai. Você sola dragões. É, mano, ele vai dar ruim esse dragão.
Leave me alone, please. I don't want trouble.
Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Well, well, look who's back.
Did you miss us?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be
Saint Matilda?
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Meu Deus. Meu, aí morreu.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Mano, o Victor quer fazer head, cara.
Por que caralho o Victor quer head?
Sei lá. Nossa, o Victor tá com a blue de tanque na porra do mid, velho.
Ele tá 1/5, você vai deixar um head pra ele?
Ah, se eu pegar ele vai tiltar. Menos na partida. Caralho, a Jean solou um Taylor. A Jean solou um Taylor.
A Jean tá
There.
enorme, mano.
Forte, né, velho? Ai, pelo amor de Deus, tá de head. Vai. Meu, ela solou o Taylor depois.
Hello, old friend.
Vai, Victor! Deus me diga, meu amor.
Deixa pra ele não. Mas aí ela quer demais, né?
Ela tá preparada?
Tá?
Tá preparada não? Ela não tem um dano no bar. A gente morreu.
Well,
Did you miss?
Acho que não é boa. Aqui, ó.
Tô indo.
I've taken enough of your...
Well,
Só sai, Max, só sai.
There's something coming. Something real bad.
Segundos pra ult.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told that flunky that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
These bootleggers seem unwilling to let anyone approach the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
Muito bom.
Leave me alone, please. I don't want trouble.
Mano, o dragão, esses dois dragões que você fez, mano, do oceano é muito bravo.
Dá muito o quê?
Dragão do oceano.
Mas dá muito o quê?
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high.
Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message. Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah. Aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that, if I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Ah, ele não foi solo no mid.
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me. And I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit. And nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley, I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Mas aí você mata todo mundo.
Something real bad.
Ou não.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. Cops, they can't understand.
It's fine. He's with me.
Okay.
Amor, eu vou tomar banho porque eu tô pescando. Não, porque eu tô pescando pra não dormir. E olá, cedo. Eu não sou fedida, você quer ficar 2 dias aí sem tomar banho que eu já vi?
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Tá bom. Já volto. Te amo.
Tchau, Ju. Giovanni? Pode pegar um Red. Volta.
Só pra ver o que tá.
Foi, não vai te ajudar. Não deu tempo.
Tá colocando.